Hello, my name is Grcsu, and I am the Superintendent of the Greater Rutland County Supervisory Union. I'd like to welcome you to the Rutland Town School District Budget Presentation. If you have any questions about our presentation, please contact myself or Louis Malazzo, Grcsu Business Manager. We will be more than happy to answer any questions you might have. If we can answer your question, we will direct you to someone who can. On behalf of the Grcsu, we'd like to express our gratitude for your continued involvement and support of the Greater Rutland County Supervisory Union, or Grcsu, in our individual school communities. The Grcsu serves 4 school districts: Iris School District, Quarry Valley Unified Union School District, Rutland Town School District, and the Wells Springs Unified Union School District. Our 8 schools include Middletown Springs Elementary School, Poultney Elementary School, Poultney High School, Proctor Elementary School, Proctor Junior Senior High School, Rutland Town School, Wells Village School, and West Rutland School, with a total student population of approximately 1,600 students in grades pre-K through 12. The Grcsu Central Office oversees all aspects of the operation of the schools, including curriculum oversight, professional development, supervision evaluation, human resources management, policies and procedures, grants, as well as all financial aspects of the schools and districts. The Grcsu Business Office, headed by Louis Malazzo, is responsible for purchasing, contracted services, payroll, bill payment, developing and monitoring budgets, overseeing all grant money, and working with auditors to make sure our financial practices are sound. Grcsu Student Support Services, which includes special education, is headed by Christine Cam and includes all special education administrators, teachers, paraeducators, psychologists, PT, OT, as well as speech and pre-K coordination. Greg Connors heads the Grcsu's IT department, which is responsible for maintaining all the technology in the schools. Over the past 2.5 years, our Grcsu schools have been operating in an unprecedented time with COVID-19. At the end of the last school year, we were fortunate that we were able to offer in-person graduation and promotion ceremonies that allowed our communities and families to celebrate these milestone events in our students' lives appropriately. In addition, our Grcsu schools provided other traditional end-of-year events for our students in all of our Grcsu schools. The summer months saw our schools offer expanded enrichment programs that allowed our students to re-engage and connect with one another. Our diverse and engaging enrichment programs had a strong emphasis on academic and social-emotional growth while promoting student learning and interest through the acquisition of new skills. Based on the popularity and demand for these programs, our schools will continue offering enrichment programs during the summer of 2022. Information on our summer programming will be available later this spring. As the summer drew to a close, there was a sense of optimism and hope that the 2021-2022 school year would see a return to normalcy. Unfortunately, COVID-19 continues to impact our schools' programming at this time. No longer operating under a state of emergency, we saw our Grcsu schools return to 5 days of in-person learning with the Vermont Agency of Education, Vermont Department of Health, Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, and American Association of Pediatrics mitigation measures in place. Through the fall, the impact that the mandatory quarantines had on our families and our students' learning attendance was significant. In order to lessen the impact felt by positive COVID cases in our communities, we are excited to be able to offer the new Test to Stay program that allows students who have identified as close contacts due to a school-based exposure to antigen test at school each morning for 7 days. Students who continue to test negative and remain symptom-free are able to continue to participate in their classes and building-based educational programs. We have already seen this program have a strong and positive impact on school attendance. In addition, thanks to federal funding received through the Seamless Summer Program, our Grcsu schools were able to continue to provide free breakfast and lunch for all families over the course of this year. While this school year has presented us with another set of unique challenges for our staff and community members to overcome, it has been a joy to see all of our students back in school and learning. We also have been impressed with the resiliency and positive attitude of our students this past year. Lastly, we have been extremely proud of the hard work and dedication of our Grcsu staff as they continue to provide all of our students with access to a high-quality education. Last spring, the Vermont Agency of Education required school systems to develop recovery plans to address the impacts of the COVID-19 pandemic on 3 areas: student engagement truancy, social emotional health and well-being, and academic success. These plans are supported through the federal grant program, ESSER, dedicated to pandemic recovery. Our recovery plan task forces have been meeting since last spring to develop action plans, initiate programs, and share resources to support all Grcsu students. While COVID-19 continues to impact student learning on an ongoing basis, we are already deeply engaged in developing and refining the interventions and supports that will help our students to achieve academic and personal success as we transition from pandemic to endemic over time. For more information on the GRCSU recovery plans, please visit our GRCSU website, www.grcsu.org, and click on the link entitled Reopening Plan and Recovery Plan. While the majority of our work over the past 10 months has been centered on COVID-19 and on our students' social, emotional, and academic well-being, we also have begun the process of developing a GRCSU Portrait of a Graduate and strategic plan that will engage all stakeholders, staff, students, parents, and community members, in setting a vision for the future of the GRCSU. This vision will be informed by diverse perspectives, responsive to our learners' needs, and inspire both ownership and action. A Portrait of a Graduate is a collective vision that articulates our community's aspirations for all of our students. The Portrait of a Graduate, once approved, will serve as our North Star in developing the GRCSU's strategic plan. At the conclusion of this visioning process, approximately June of 2022, the GRCSU strategic plan will result in all GRCSU learners having access to equitable, high-quality learning experiences that provide for the acquisition of rigorous academic content and are intentional about fostering critical thinking, communication, collaboration, creativity, and other 21st century skills our learners need to thrive in this complex and rapidly changing world. Once the Portrait of a Graduate strategic plan have been approved by the GRCSU board, copies will be made available to the public, and this information will be posted on our GRCSU website. In addition to the work outlined above, the GRCSU is interested in collaborating with our stakeholders to improve the quality of our schools so that each of our students has access to a high-quality education that ultimately prepares them for whichever path they choose in life. If you're interested in hearing more about this work or in taking a more active role in this process, please attend a local school board meeting or reach out to your local building principal, Ms. Sarah Tetzloff. We would like to thank our board members for all their hard work, not just on the budgets, but throughout the entire year. They are committed to being fiscally responsible while also doing what's right for our children, a delicate balancing act. Lastly, I would like to thank the Rutland Town community for the continued support of our staff members and the Rutland Town School. It is greatly appreciated. Please remember to vote on Town Meeting Day, March 1st, 2022. For more information, visit our website at www.grcsu.org or call 802-775-4342 or email us at your convenience. I would now like to turn the presentation over to Mr. Louis Milazzo, GRCSU Business Manager. Thank you.
Hello, this is Louis Milazzo. I am the Business Manager for Greater Rutland County Supervisory Union. On behalf of the Rutland Town School Board, I will be reviewing the FY2023 school district budget. In addition to the annual inflationary increases in staff salary and benefits, there are several other factors that are affecting the Rutland Town budget for fiscal year 23. The most significant factor, which makes up approximately 85% of this year's expense increase, is secondary tuition expense. Secondary tuition for grades 9 through 12 is estimated to increase by $534,000 for FY23. This increase is a result of both an increase in the number of students as well as a substantial increase in some schools' announced tuition rates. Some of the other changes in the budget include the addition of a general ed para to support the kindergarten classrooms and an increase of $200,000 in special ed costs across the supervisory union due to the implementation of Act 173. Rutland Town ended the fiscal year 2021 with a surplus of $332,000. These funds will be used to offset taxes for FY23. This year, there will be an additional item on the ballot for taxpayers to consider. The ballot item is asking taxpayers for authorization for Rutland Town to borrow up to $200,000 for the construction and installation of an elevator at Rutland Town School. This is the first step in this project to increase the space capacity available at the school. If this project is approved, the cost will be financed over a number of years, with the first payments most likely starting in the FY24 budget. The proposed FY23 expense budget of $9,239,524 is up by 7.29% over last year. The amount that needs to be raised in property taxes, also referred to as education spending, has been partially offset by the FY21 surplus, which is being returned to taxpayers to offset taxes. This is resulting in education spending of $8,886,641, an increase of 5.98% over last year. Equalized pupils is up approximately 1% for FY23, resulting in education spending per pupil, which is a calculation of education spending divided by equalized pupils, of $17,532, an increase of 5%. The next step in the calculation of the district tax rate is to divide our spending per pupil by the Vermont property yield. The yield is set each year by the Vermont legislators, and typically this is done after town meeting day. Based on the Vermont Tax Commissioner's December 1st letter, the Vermont Education Fund currently has a surplus of $90 million. It is not expected that this full surplus will be used to offset property taxes. Vermont AOE guidance is that we should use a yield of $12,937 in estimating our tax rates. This is a 14% increase over the current yield and will have a significant impact on lowering local property taxes. Using the yield of $12,937, Rutland Town's estimated equalized tax rate will be $1.35, which is a 12-cent decrease from last year, which is approximately 8%. The final step in the calculation of the tax rate is to apply the Common Level of Appraisal Adjustment, or CLA. The CLA compares the fair market value of your home to the assessed value of your home. As fair market values increase above assessed values, the CLA drops, increasing your tax rate. Due to rising home prices across the state, Rutland Town is seeing a decrease in their CLA of 3.6%. Rutland Town CLA of 96.38 is resulting in an estimated tax rate of $1.40. This represents a decrease of approximately 7 cents, or 4.67%. More detailed information on the Rutland Town budget can be found in the Rutland Town Annual Report or at www.grcsu.org. Thank you for your support of the Rutland Town School.
Hello, I'm Sarah Tetzlaff, principal of Rutland Town School, and this is our FY23 budget presentation. Some highlights about our amazing school. Here at Rutland Town, we have approximately 365 students enrolled, grades pre-K through 8th grade. We have 140 secondary students, grades 9 through 12, that attend high schools of their choice. We're very fortunate to continue to have stable enrollment, have excellently trained faculty and staff. All of our English language arts grades 5 through 8 teachers, and all of our teachers kindergarten through 4th grade, and all of our special education staff are trained in the Orton-Gillingham reading approach. We have a dynamic student body and innovative educational opportunities for our students. Here are some pictures of our kids learning. These are some of our 4th grade students. Here are some pictures of our students doing some science. One of our parents as a mystery reader in 2nd grade. 2nd graders participating in Reader's Theater, and some of our staff. Here's some pictures of our middle school students. The first picture on the left is students working towards a fundraising for our trip to Washington, D.C. this spring. The middle picture is some of our students participating in team building that happened in the fall, and then science. Here's some pictures of our youngest students here at Rutland Town, our preschool students. Here are some of our community partnerships at Rutland Town School. We welcome therapy dogs. We recognize students for character awards on a monthly basis, and we have been fortunate to attend some field trips this winter. We have a robust athletic program. And of course, we also have a wonderful band, chorus, and art program.